Tuesdays, man. Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. Joanna and I are faking it until we make it today, let me tell you. That's right. We are tired. Tuesdays are hard for me after streaming Monday night and then having to get up and stream in the morning and be productive. So, how are you guys today? Are you ready to get some writing in? Make the magic
My
happen?
as ready as I'm gonna be, I think.
That I understand. It's going to be hard not yawning today, and that's really bad. We're trying to wake people up out there.
For real.
Well, we don't want you too awake.
Kelly,
Not running around, just typing.
I've let my animals stay in here this morning. If they start acting weird behind me and I don't notice, tell me to evict them from the room.
I will not notice either. I'll be writing. So, audience, that's up
Okay.
to you. Alicia's here. Yay! She'll be writing too. She's not going to notice either. They'll be fine. Just
Well,
let your animals
then
be animals.
I think they'll be okay. It's the pup I'm worried about. He ain't right. Something not right up there.
Oh,
Like
I think they always
Selena
freak out a
back
little.
there, I'm not too worried about, but
I think they always freak out a little because we're talking and
yeah.
they're like, "Who are you? You must be talking to me," because there's no one else there.
Well, and Philip made me this nice door for my office, right?
Hmm.
And so I closed them out yesterday after, yesterday was a big day. JoJo was up from 2, by 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I wanted nothing with anybody. So
Hmm.
I closed him out for like an hour before I needed to make dinner, and he can just barely get his nose in this crack where the door slides and the wall. I mean, just his nose, and he just stood there. Oh, oh! I mean, would not stop,
So pathetic.
and he's got the perfect. Oh,
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Alicia says
rotten.
that she's here, but she's not quite ready for writing yet. Us either. So, but we're here. Gosh doggone it, and that is what counts. It's the beginning of actually getting it done. She
Hey,
said she has a breakfast sandwich and coffee and pulling her documents up now. Excellent.
very nice.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, poor puppy. He's like, oh, that's so funny. My cat will do that if I lock him out. He'll put his mouth right at the bottom of the door and just meow. Like you can hear it echoing.
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm gonna chop your hand off. That's it. That's what I'm doing. Chopping it off. I always say I'm gonna throw you outside, and I never do.
Well,
He
they
has a
had
very
baths yesterday. Bath is
ooh,
a stressful day for everybody.
yeah, you tormented them, poor babies.
Yeah, their
We've always had
anxiety goes through the roof. You've
yeah,
always had what?
inside outside cats, but we live on
Uh-huh.
a busy street now, so there are inside only cats, and it's a very different experience.
Yeah, after our last 2 indoor outdoor, we just said no more. They have to be inside because
Yeah.
it's just too devastating when it goes awry.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we have inside only. It's very, very new for
Yeah.
me. And Ren's here this morning. Good morning, Ren. We're about to start writing. We're just procrastinating because we're all trying to wake up a little bit, get coffee
Yeah.
working, get our documents up. Um, we'll do 30-minute sprints because we're doing writing sprints. That's what we're doing, right? But of course, you could do whatever you want, and it's good to see you. All right. What do y'all think? We ready for that first sprint? We get it done before we procrastinate too far?
Yeah.
All
We don't
right.
want to get behind.
That's right. We still want to be done by 9. We have the rest of the day to do. All right. Somehow, magically. All right. Let me hit the timer now.
Right.
And just like that, we finished our first sprint. I read what I had written yesterday and started writing again. It's looking pretty good. How about you, Joanna?
Did good. Some research going on and 324 words. So
Excellent, excellent, excellent. How about you,
it's a
Alicia?
start.
It's a start, man. We'll take it. Let's see. And hello, would like to vocalize. Welcome to Atia. She might be at her meeting though, sending good vibes. She has a disability hearing in 20 minutes when she wrote that. So she says she truly despises this process, but hopefully this is the last of it and she'll be able to get benefits. We're crossing our fingers. Good luck, Atia. Good luck. Even though Atia is the one that introduced me to the puzzles, the little puzzle app, and now I play it like every day. At least you ate breakfast for about 445 words. Nice, nice. What do you got? Chapter 4 now, right? Yeah, I figured that was a process. That was going to be one of your processes, Joanna.
Yeah, I can't even imagine getting started on it. Like
Especially now. It's even
yeah,
worse now, you know? So
yeah,
everything being cut.
and yeah, yeah, and that's why like a lot of people have asked in the last couple of weeks, why don't you just start that process? And I'm like, have you noticed what's going on with our government right now? Like why the red tape is already a slog, and with them changing everything, why would I even want to be in the middle of that? I mean, if you're already in the process, see it through, but if you have the ability to maybe wait for a little bit, and right now I kind of am in a window of I don't know. So but I don't know. I just can't, like, a lot of people ask me also, like, why don't I use the VA, stuff like that. And it's the red tape. Like, the hurry up and wait, all the crazy, I don't want, no, no. If I can avoid it, I shall.
Plus, what's happening with you is a complicated thing, and the VA is not really good at that.
Yeah, no, no, no.
No, if it was just like, even if it's just like your heart, you need a heart surgery, great at that, right? If you
No,
just, if you just needed diabetes medicine or something, good at that,
no.
right? Something very
Mm-hmm,
pretty
mm-hmm,
straightforward, VA,
mm-hmm,
but something complicated like what you're going through,
mm-hmm,
forget it,
mm-hmm.
man. They're
No
just
way.
not built for those kind of questions.
No, and especially with the downsizing, like there's just just no. And so, I mean, for as long as I can hold out on my own anyways, that's my intention. Like I've always been that way. But because disability takes so long to get prior
You should
to
probably
everything that's
start it
happening
anyways.
now,
Yeah.
you should, right. And that's like we're like, where does the insanity begin and end? And
Well, there's
so
no ending
anyways,
until we're dead. That's how that works. I'm sorry. You
well,
know that
maybe
too.
I'm kind of hopeful that that's going to happen before I have to deal with the red tape.
Oh, I love that. Anything but this, please don't make me do it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
I
Oh
mean, I think about
man.
the same thing sometimes. It's one of those things. I don't know if that's a Gen X thing because sometimes I'm like, yep, I'm overweight. My liver's not doing so good because I have fatty liver. So it's not just
Yeah.
alcohol, it's diet too, right? So my liver's not doing so good. And I'm like, well, if I die before it gets too hard to move around and shit, then is this a bad thing? Then I'm not a burden on anyone, right? Including myself. Alicia
Yeah.
says her Word document keeps switching say or said to spoke. Your Word document has lost its mind.
Mhm.
It's probably set to like business talk, so it's trying to make your document look like a business. And chapter 5, yay!
That's good.
Right.
Chapter 5. I always like it when I get that beginning done, when I'm grounded and it got that cornerstone and now we're really moving. I mean, woo, yeah.
Yeah, people talk about the sloggy middle, but it's the beginning and the endings that are hard for
Oh
me.
yeah. Those
Mm-hmm.
those end caps are just yuck.
Yep. Yeah, the middle I'm usually pretty good, which is why I'm able to write right now, right? I'm also in the middle and I'm like, do, do, do. I do have to read what I wrote the day before, though. I can't seem to just get into it. My mind just doesn't work that way, so I have to read.
All right. So funny, quick funny. Well, I don't. It might not be funny to other people, but and me. Maybe the turban's on too tight this morning. I don't know, but I woke up at 4:30 today, which is fairly normal. I haven't let myself move away from the teacher schedule because I don't know what's coming, right? And so I'm
Mhm.
like, it would be better just to stay on my schedule. I'm happy with 4:30 because that gives me some time to like lay there and contemplate my life. you know. Oh, but I got a text message at like 4:45 this morning, and I was like, "Who the heck is up with me texting me?" And it was one of my writer friends who is on her way to the Romance Writers of America convention thing. It's happening on the Canada side of Niagara Falls this morning, and
Oh,
she
fun.
sent me her mugshot. She's like, "I have not slept," and she just looked so drained. I mean, trying to get the website right, all the things before you go to one of these things. And I was like, that's what we do. And it
We
just
get
kind of
crazy
made me
like that.
chuckle. I'm like,
Hmm.
we are
Are you
crazy
sure
like
you're in for
that.
this, Alicia? This is your future.
I was like, and did you do a QR code for your website to make it easier for people just to click you? I didn't think about that. We're a little cracked to do this. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just had to laugh. She's like, "Why are you up?" And I'm like, "Why wouldn't I be up? Why are you still up?" You know, it's just
Yep.
hilarious.
But that's also the fun part, though, because the conventions, I
It
love the
is.
conventions. Yay,
The
Courtney's
conventions are a
here.
blast.
Good morning, Courtney. Welcome, welcome. I don't know if she just got off work. She's been working nights lately.
Ooh.
So good to see y'all. Let's see. Alicia asked if she can change it. You should be able to turn off the grammar check. That's what I do.
Mhm.
I can't stay. I mean, I edit for a living. The grammar check drives me batty. I'm gonna have to kill someone. Do I remember how to do that? No, but I would just search, how to turn off grammar check in Word, and so you can turn so to quit suggesting words. So spell check will still be on, but it won't do the grammar. It won't suggest how to change your sentences or any of that nonsense because it's usually nonsense. We're not writing business documents Word. Let's see. And Alicia's on. Hi, Alicia. Good to see you. Good morning. I said that like she hasn't already been here. Do you see what my brain just did, Alicia? Did you see that? Did you see how that happened? I'll tell you though, if you decide to keep doing this, you'll be published. I told you persistence is the key. It's persistence. But depends on how stubborn you are. Courtney says, hope you're getting some good writing done this morning. I'm about to work out. Ooh, good for you. Joanna and I both were talking about how we can try to get in some movement. Though my
I made
definition of
it to
Joanna's movement right now are very different.
I made it to the gym yesterday for the first time in like 2.5 years.
What?
And my physical therapist is like, minimum, don't set any resistance, none of that, right? And so I got on the little bike with the little seat and feel like a grandma, and I just pedaled for 20 minutes. And then I went over to the row machine because the row machine is my absolute favorite machine in the whole entire world. I love rowing. I imagine I'm in Montana where I miss the lakes and I'm just there. And I rode zero resistance for 2 minutes. So 22 minutes. And I was like, whoa. And my whole body, by the time I went to bed last night, was like, oh, I
No
did
sleep
so
and
much.
working
And I'm
out.
like,
Yeah.
okay, is this the same body that used to run 10 miles every Friday? I think not.
Right. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you.
Woo! How
Alicia
times
said,
change.
oh, Alicia's never been to a convention at all. Oh, Alicia, you've got to go. Find your local writer convention. I don't know. You said you're in Florida. There's a ton of them in Florida. So look for a
Mm-hmm.
writers convention in Florida. Go meet people. Because once you get this book read, you're going to want other people to read it. So just to see, even if this one is not the one that you decide to publish, right? If you want to go and meet other people and exchange books, because not only do you get a lot by reading their stuff, right? They will get a lot. Sorry, not only will you get a lot from them reading your stuff, right, to help you do it, but they will. You will learn a lot by reading their work. So highly, highly, highly recommend it.
Oh yeah, it kills my battery every time. Got to spend a week like resting after, but my motivation
Same.
completely recharges. Conventions, that networking, we were talking about it yesterday. Like just with this, doing this,
Mm-hmm.
it will propel you through. I mean, honestly, the connections are probably why I'm still writing or making the attempt after all the physical stuff over the
Oh,
last 2
it's where I've
years.
met all of my writer friends. They're at one
Yeah.
convention or another,
Mhm.
like every one of them.
Me too.
Except a few at Dragon Con, which also is basically a writers' convention because of so many writers that come and so many writer
Yep.
trucks they have. So every single one that I have met has been at a convention. So highly
Totally
recommend.
worth it.
Yep.
Mhm.
And Courtney says, congratulations for getting to the gym. And she does not do cardio. It's not her jam. Sometimes she just stretches. Yeah, at least you'll look into it. Yeah, highly, highly, highly recommend. Go to a convention. And usually the little local ones are inexpensive. So you just start there, you
Yeah.
find out about other ones and work your way through. But you definitely want a writer group too. And just for the record, I had to go through like 3 critique groups. Like Joanna and I were in the best one we had. So it was Joanna and I and like 4 other people, and we met every week, going through our work as we were learning how to write. So I would
Yep.
highly, highly recommend. Highly, you need that group.
Yeah, and I mean, and you end up, I think, sometimes with like different groups, and that's good too, to get, like the critique group I go to right now. We have romance writers, historical fiction, sci-fi, fantasy. We just have all this different levels of writing, and it's kind of cool just to low key just be able to talk about the craft and stuff like that. So you just find your different people, different times. It's totally worth it.
100%. All right,
Yep, yep.
let's get into our second sprint. Here we go. Now. And our second sprint complete. We are rocking it. We are right on time because that's how good we are. How'd you do?
I have an added 595 words. So we're rocking and rolling early in the morning. Not even 9 o'clock yet.
It feels good, man, to be productive. It feels good. Sunny joined us. Hi, Sunny. Good to see you. Welcome in. I hope you're getting some writing in or whatever it is you wish to be productive about this morning. And Paula joined and said hi. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Good morning. Sunny shocked to say you wrote 271 words to my 0 draft. Yay! Nicely done. Are you just winging it? Do you have a outline you're basing it on? And what are you writing? We're always curious. Because I am writing the 4th book in my Emergence series, so it's a paranormal thriller. And Joanna, you are?
I'm writing an extended version of my first book, Daughter of a King. Daughter of a King. That's the title. It was about to go series title. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. It's early. Still working on my second cup of coffee.
Let's see. And Sunny, and I thought this was a slow, bad writing day. You see, sometimes body doubling works. Sometimes you just need someone else also doing it. And then it just makes you do it. That's me. There's no way. Even though my brain is the most focused in the morning, which isn't saying totally focused. It is my brain, but the most focused in the morning. But still, I would not do this if I didn't have Joanna here telling me. So it's something about doing it together.
Oh, come on. I didn't put the smack down. You totally put the smack down.
No, it was all you, Joanna.
You see that eye cut, that side eye?
We have deadlines, man. We need to get this stuff in. We've both passed our deadlines, so we really need to get this stuff in. You have a rough outline planned with the Save the Cat beat sheet. Perfect. That's great to start with. That gives you somewhere to go, so you know exactly what you're heading for.
A Cinderella in space retelling.
Nice.
Man, does the shoe float away?
I hope not. She'd lose compression that way, right?
Well, I mean, maybe the prince is cruising by in his little sky cruiser, and he's like, "Hey, what's up there? There's a lady in dismay."
No, make it queer. Please make it queer. It's way more fun. Let's see. And Alicia, I heated up my coffee, finished chapter 5, and got about 700 words. Now on chapter 6. Man, Alicia's rocking it. She's making us look bad, Joanna. We need to up it. Let's see. Sunny is writing a sci-fi. Oh, sorry, you read that. Yep. 7% in. Nice. That's amazing. Almost done with chapter 2, which I thought would take me all week. Look at that. There's one more sprint. So we do 3 sprints in the morning, so we're done by 9. So there is one more sprint. So you can get some more words in. Make a big dent. Yeah. I bet you can finish chapter 2. Alicia said, how about it was both of us equally? We badgered each other. I like that. Alicia. Sunny feels like this year is a body doubling year. Yeah, I'm looking into joining more sprints and have a friend. I send screenshots each year? Can't be each year. I mean, that's too long.
It's got to be each week.
Yeah, something like that, right?
We'll put words in his mouth.
He picks her up after an attempted frape. Yeah. She says she saves herself, but he sweeps her away as a new chance in life. Oh, I like that. And then she uses her sneakers. Well, I hope so. That's the way it should be. Need around 300 more words for chapter 2 to be done. Nice.
Okay.
And Alicia says, to be fair, though, I'm still sort of transcribing what I already had to reboot the story and continue. No, I get that. I mean, I'm rewriting
Yeah.
mine, but this current scene, it's all creation. This is brand new. So there's no trans, but there will be like the next two chapters. Basically, I'm just taking them from the old draft and just making sure they fit with where I am now, right? So anything I change, that's changed. So that'll be faster progress wise. But this one's
Yeah.
brand new, so I just got to get it out there.
It's the same for me. Taking mine from first to third POV and adding in the details that in the original draft was first person that my main character couldn't see, but that now that we're in third can, which is interesting. Kelly once said it's the Disneyland effect, that my first printing of my book was very much the child's view of Disneyland, and now that we're in third and we're doing this extended edition, it's very much the behind the scenes, the dressing room type stuff. And so I have whole chapters I'm writing that's fresh, but then in the story as it is, I'm just adding little pieces and switching to third, and it's like, oh mother, it is a task, but I am really excited. I think it's going to be totally worth it. So, yeah.
Yep. It's going to be amazing. And it's going to flow much better into the future books. So,
Oh my gosh, the way 2 and 3 line up. I can't wait. I'm just like, let's get this extended version done.
yeah, Sunny said they meant every day. So they send to their friend every day a picture. That's better. That makes more sense. Because that day you're like, oh my gosh, I have to send this. It looks exactly like yesterday. I better write something. It's not a bad plan. Paula had an epic lie-in, so I accomplished getting out of bed. Woot! That counts. That 100% counts. And she paints on the sneakers. Oh, that's cool. During the wedding, not really a spoiler, right? He puts on Chucks too. Oh, how cute. I love those moments. This one is not queer, but almost all my other projects are. That's great. I love it. I love it. All my work is in first person POV. Just feel more comfortable with first person and present tense. Yeah, it depends exactly on what I am writing. Like this one is first person past tense. It's paranormal thriller. So for that, I really need to be like in her brain specifically. But it's only one perspective too. It's just her. And it's not a romance. So it's not like the her and him thing, right? And then it's not the FMC and MMC. And then my epic fantasy and the other fantasy that I'll be working on when this series is done, like I've already outlined it and did world building and stuff. Yeah, that's what I do when I'm procrastinating, right? Work on the other project. Welcome to being a writer. That one will be in third person because I have too many perspectives going on, right? Too many.
Sure.
It's very deep, like your world, like Tehran, right? It's very deep world building, so it just works much better in third person. Let's see. If I don't write, I don't send, and I know my friend will ask me why I haven't sent anything yet. There you go. There you go. This one is POC though. Good. Love interest is Chinese descendant. There you go. That's what I've been trying very much to read wider than I have before. And the last couple of years I've been doing pretty darn good. So I plan on keeping that up as much as I can. I just found a book, Joanna, when I did my reward for my TBR game. And I got to go to Barnes & Noble, and I got my 4 books. One of them is called The Lilac People. Did I talk about this yesterday?
No.
The Lilac People, it is about a trans man in 1932 Berlin.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? I was like, okay, that sounds awesome. So I am on purpose searching out as much representation of everyone else who isn't just, cis white like me, right? Trying to do the best I can to find more voices. So
I love that.
And readathons like Cure Kid, the hardest reading challenge you ever do, really helps because they specifically have prompts that force you to explore other kinds of genres and other voices and other authors. There's even a whole translated category, and I love that because I have some translated work, a ton in Spanish. and then a whole bunch in a bunch of different languages. Or for some reason,
Mhm.
a bunch in Swedish too. I think that's because Frederick Bachman, right? So I've got that one, and Girl in the Dragon Tattoo. That was also translated from Swedish, I think. Um, so, but then I have just a ton.
Sure. No, I think that was one of the things that appealed to me about becoming a historian was getting to see the scope of history throughout the world, and not just what's sold on the surface level, but digging down and underneath that, and the common man. I mean, there's so much out there. Just and we're just I don't know. I don't want to say too much, but we're just at a state where we have the ability to hold space and allow all the voices to be heard, you know? And it's a beautiful thing when we can just hold that space and let that happen. So write your truth, man. Read your truth. Find it, you
And
know.
read it, because if you don't go out and buy those books like what I just
That's
did, right,
right.
the Transman 1932, they won't publish them.
That's right.
Publishing's about money. So we can complain
Yep.
all we want about all romantasy written by white women, but guess who's buying it and guess what they're looking for? And publishing doesn't care about agendas or what's
That's
going on.
right.
Publishing only cares about making money. So if you want more queer books, if you want more books from people of color, then you have to buy them. It's just
Yep.
that simple.
I loved that bookstore that we went when we did the birthday book
Kindred
thing
Story.
with Jess. Yes.
I love
That
Kindred
was
Stories.
amazing.
Yeah, I love that store too.
You're
And I
here in
have
Houston.
always support them every time. So, yep. Excellent, excellent. All right. So we're about ready for our last sprint. And then I will come back up and catch up on these comments when we get back. So let's get it done. Let's get it done. Let's read these. Let's see. Where's my timer? Here's my timer. All right. Ready? Last sprint. And then we'll read these comments and catch up and start the rest of our day. All right. Ready?
All right.
Go. right. That is our third sprint. I was in there going, wait, where do I unmute? What do I do? I was definitely in the story at that point. That is a successful writing day. And I ended in the middle of a paragraph. This has definitely been working for me. If I just end in the middle of the paragraph, it's way easier for me to jump back in.
Just done, and we're going to roll the next day. Yep.
Exactly.
So good.
It's so good. So let's wrap up the comments real quick and then we'll be gone. We're running a little late, but it's okay. Right now, Joanna and I don't have work to go do, just other things to go do. I mean, I have work to go do. I mean, I workplace to go to. We're staying here.
Well, it's us and deadlines. we're just
No, I feel your pain. I have to get an editorial letter written though. I started it yesterday. I just couldn't get it done, so I've got to get it done today. Let's see. Paula likes Sunny's idea. It's so cute. And says thank you for cheering her on for getting out of bed. Sunny has a high fantasy epic fantasy planned where it's 3 POVs but still first person. Let me tell you, from the professional editor, I would not do 3 first person POVs, especially in an epic fantasy. Just recommendation. I will tell you, I just read, if you want a different take, The Bone Shard Daughter, and Andrea Stewart for that one. That's the author for The Bone Shard Daughter. She did the 2 main characters. By the way, it's not a romantasy, but she did 2 main characters that the story really evolves around. She did those 2 in first person, and all the other characters that she put in, they were in third person. So you might want to consider that as a compromise. I very, very much, especially with high fantasy and epic fantasy, which is why you don't see them written in first person. It gets much too confusing. Much too confusing. So just consider. I know it's a very different writing in the 2. I write in both. I get that. But just personal recommendation, read it and look, and you will find, like Joanna and I had that discussion earlier, because like Wheel of Time is one of Joanna's favorite. By earlier, I mean years ago. Joanna's one of her favorite series. Is it your favorite or one of your favorite? Wheel of Time?
Favorite? It's one of my favorites. Like, it's up there. It's in my top 5.
Gotcha.
It's in my
and
top.
So that one,
things are starting to move around, a little bit, but
that makes sense, right? As we read new stuff. Yep. And that's why I was like, well, think about Wheel of Time, right? It's all in third person. She stopped. She was like, oh, it is. I was like, yeah, exactly, right? Because there are so many POV characters, which is exactly epic high fantasy. That's what it is. If you're doing romantasy, you can do that in first person. It's not as complicated. It's more about the relationship than the world. There are other things you could do. If you're going to tell your epic fantasy through one character's POV, you could do that in first person. But if you're going to have multiple POVs, which is standard for high fantasy, then I highly, highly recommend third person. And I understand the tense is a pain in the butt with the different language. I mean, it's your fault. German's too simple. And it really is. German is by simple, what I mean is it's very straightforward. So I shouldn't say simple. It's not simple at all. It's straightforward. Like, this is the rule and that's the way it's going to be. And I really loved that about German. Let's see. Alicia was going to write last night and Mother Nature had other plans. It stormed bad and the power went out. Oh, now that's not fair. That's not fair. Mean Mother Nature. You're being productive and it's fighting against you. Yeah, I don't think that's right. Let's see. Sunny says, thank you to Paula. I tried to make that one just cutesy daisy ones. She gets out of the bad situation she is right now. I love that. I find history so more interesting now than when I was in school. Same, Paula. Same. And poor Joanna, she's teaching school kids who also don't care right now.
I feel like the majority of my students, if you were to survey them, would say that I taught a pretty dang good history class, though. I mean, I will say I did my best to make it fun, which meant I was on stage and entertaining a lot, and hence the totally worn out after 12 years. But yeah, it's way more fun as an adult to study the history stuff that you like, that you connect with.
For some reason, it seems more important now than when I was a kid. I don't know why, because I was a kid. And I still liked it more than my peers when I was a child, but it just wasn't a passion of mine. But man, now I watch as many darn documentaries as I can and read a lot of nonfiction, not a lot of nonfiction, like one a month. but that's more than most people I know. Unless that's all they
Perspective.
read. I do
Yeah,
know people that's all they read.
always said to my students, if you had told me when I was a junior in high school that I'd be a historian, I would have laughed at you, you know? I mean, no way, but I love it. I love it. I
Yeah,
really do.
I love it too. Even though sometimes it's depressing when you're seeing these things repeat. It definitely repeats.
Oh,
And you're like, "Come on, man. We've already been here."
I know. I just, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah. Sunny says their other project is very close to hard, basically about uni not being for everyone. It's queer, YA, social sci-fi. Yeah, no, that's good. We need those. Courtney agrees. Yeah, maybe because it's more we choose to study history, not versus being made to do so. Yeah, like you just said, Joanna, right? You can choose what part of history you want to go.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, like American, because since like over and over again, we just did the American Revolution and Civil War. Those two things I could care less about, right? Like that's all we did in school. And I was like, I want more. And quite frankly, at this point, I'm also tired of World War II. I'm like so much World War II. So I'm just exploring so many other things at this point. Though I did buy McCullough's 1776. So we'll have to see. We'll have to
I
see how
still
that one
haven't read
hits.
that one yet. I've got like this list, but I'm just like,
Yep, I have it. It's back there. I don't even have it on a TBR yet on one of my readathons, but I do want to read it.
we're gonna have to come
Courtney's got to
back to this
go. Get
topic.
ready for sprint. Yes, Courtney, thank you very much. I will be on your sprints soon. And Paula says facts. Yep, that's exactly it. Studying what you want instead of what you're told you must. And let's face it, in school they lie to us a lot. All the stuff they have to leave out, all the things that earn that. I just can't believe how many times I was lied to. If anything, I study history now just to be shocked about what I was lied to when I was in school.
The stuff that there's not time to talk about, you know, it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna cover World War One in 2 days.
Oh, right. Right. But that's not lying to me. That's just we didn't have time to get to it, right? That's why
It's
we
deleting
were
information, yeah.
yeah, that's a
But
different like
there are, you know, depending on the state, it's
definitely depending on the state. I can't
perspective.
celebrating Columbus as discovering America. I'm like, come on, people. Like, he couldn't do math. And it's not, and that's what really always made me mad is that the true story is not hard to teach. It's not that hard. You could just say he was really bad at math and he was lucky. And sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah.
That's all,
So
and
many
that's what it
people
took.
who make the history books just seem to be lucky.
Exactly.
It's
It's
a
like,
little
look, man,
scary. Natural
just
selection has a wicked sense of humor.
oh, I'm telling you, man. Hey, nature doesn't give a dang about us. Something else people have to remember. And yeah, I'll probably join your sprints later, Courtney. I'm going to go eat breakfast first. Sunny wrote 244 words. Yes, finished chapter 2 and wrote altogether 586. I am so glad that we were able to help you. And I'm now 4 days ahead of my writing goal. That is fantastic. Good job. Well, if you want to join us, we're here for the next couple days. And then Joanna will stream on her channel because I'm going out of town Friday. I think I'll be out through Tuesday. But we'd love
I
to have
might
you.
be out tomorrow or have to leave early. I've got a schedule thing that's going on, but
No worries. I'll be here for
yeah.
tomorrow. So we'll get that done. Let's see. Sunny says there's one main POV and the others are more occasional. Yeah, then if they're definitely more occasional, don't do them in first person. Absolutely don't. You will confuse the heck out of your readers.
Yeah.
They need it needs to be hardcore in their brain. If you're just thrown in the first person, that it just completely again, professional editor, I'm telling you right now, this is exactly the advice I would give you. I would not do that. Alicia took a stretch break. Nice. I need to do that too. I'm all stiff. And then wrote 833 words. Man, my stretch break isn't that productive. Alicia, you are rocking it. I am so happy. Whole document is now up to 7573. Yes, it is going well. I'm so glad. And Sunny, first I need to create the languages. Thanks about the tip. We'll figure out what I do once I get close to writing drafting. Absolutely. Let's see. Sunny, it's a Bachelor meets Hunger Games, and I have the possibility of 2 POVs from contestant and like maybe max 2 chapters from the princesses POVs. Yeah, I would do those in third person. I really would. There might be queer romance at the end, but that is still not sure, and I also don't fully know how much I want to have in the second Constanza's POV. They don't know only one will survive. Ah, gotcha. Yep. Well, that's the part about just starting, like, formulating how it is you're going to write your story, and as soon as you start writing it, some stuff might change anyways, right? But you can ask Joanna, you don't wanna go back and have to change those POVs, that's what she's doing right now, it is
No,
a nightmare.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my first novel, and I think the way it's gonna play out, it will work. But if you could change it before you push to publish, I strongly recommend. I'm gonna be on every panel that someday that's what not to do. That is like I'm gonna have T-shirts made. What not to do.
I mean, there's always a
Right here,
podcast we've been wanting to
everybody.
do is go, "Wait, don't do that." You know what I mean? That would be a
Yep,
fun podcast we wanna do.
yep, yep.
Awesome. All right, so Alicia, that's so true, that natural selection, they do have a wicked sense of humor. Yeah, for sure. And Sunny says prince, not princess. The princesses are the contestants. Oh, yeah, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, zero drafting, I could basically do anything. Exactly. Right, right. You're just experimenting right now. My finished zero draft, I already know what I am changing. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I drank all of my water like a good girl, so I must go empty my bladder, and then I'll find someone else. I could tell you, Courtney, that was up there, Tangible Reads. She'll be sprinting, so if you need some more buddy time to actually get some sprinting done, and Courtney's is fun. I wonder if I can. Let me see if I can. I mean, I know I can. So let me find her, and I will post it in here. Just so if you want to go over there, she has 45-minute sprints, so it's really good timing, and she has she plays that race game, Joanna. It's really cool. So she'll race different things like the mermaids or crabs or
Oh,
ducks.
nice.
There's all these little races, and then you can choose who wins. So it's just fun. So that race game is up while you're doing whatever you're doing for your productive time. So hold on, let me find her page.
Is
I'm
Courtney
assuming
still
it's just
on?
at Tangible.
She can
She
drop
went to
her.
start her sprints, I
Oh,
think.
okay, okay.
So um yeah, she's over here starting her sprints. So let me get her. Yeah, it's at Tangible Reads. Hold on. I will type it right here in the chat. So if you still want to get work done, you want to get more done, I would highly recommend heading over there. When I get 500 followers, I'll be able to we'll be able to go over there like you do on Twitch.
Okay.
But I don't have, I need 50 more. So if you don't subscribe, by the way, please subscribe. Let's get up to 500 so I can just send you to the next ones. Did I do a typo? I did not. All right, there you go. So that should work. That should get you over there. And I will be over there right after I empty my bladder and grab some breakfast. Awesome.
Y'all have a great day.
Sounds great. See you tomorrow.